Good morning, everyone. How's it going this morning? Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to do a couple things today. How's everybody doing on this rainy Friday? We've got a little rainy Friday happening here. So I'm going to start with a few things. We're going to do a cabbage dish and a broccoli dish, and then a little dessert. So we will get going here. I'm just gonna, what am I gonna do with these onions? Which way do I want to cut the onions? Okay, let's just go with kind of dicing a bit. And yeah, so it's kind of rainy out there, but it's supposed to be really nice for the weekend. Can't believe it's Friday already. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but honestly, the time has been flying so fast. It just seems like it was just yesterday was Friday again. Oh my God. So I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older or because it's just going fast for everybody. I just don't know. Anyway, we're going to start off with these onions and turn up the heat there. And so we'll get these guys going. Yeah, I don't know if I want this many onions. I might set some of these aside. Sometimes I get so carried away talking to you guys that I forget what I'm doing. And so what we might do, I don't want it too oniony, but I do want it a little oniony. So we're just going to go like that and set these guys aside a little bit for now. Decisions. It's always so much fun to try and decide what it is that you actually want to do. Okay, so what we're going to add to this is some garlic, so that will give me something to do. Wherever I put the garlic, that'll give me something to do while the onions cook down. Okay, so we have a little bit of garlic here for the from the garden, which is super awesome. And I always have so much fun trying to get it to open and get the little peeling off there, especially when they're fresh from the garden. So, and I've been so busy, I am a little bit behind in getting my garlic back into the garden, I should say. So I was hoping to do that this weekend. Today is a root day, and so according to the biodynamic calendar that many people teach, but that I learned from Alexandra Luppold, Luppold. I took her course. It's the Cosmic Gardening course, and so I learned a lot and had a really amazing garden this year and last year, thanks to her. And so according to the cosmic calendar and the biodynamic calendar, today, this afternoon actually, and tomorrow are root days. And so what that means is that you, if you're going to do any planting or even harvesting, it goes by flower, fruit, root, and leaf. So there's like a leaf day and a flower day and a fruit day and a root day. And so, yeah, so it really, really works. I know that there are people in Port Alberni that teach that as well. And it really does work to plant on those days or to harvest on the day of whatever it is you're doing. So, you know, if it's a flower, that's pretty obvious. If it's a fruit, that would be things like tomatoes and beans and, you know, things that fruit, like fruits, sort of, veggie fruits. And then leaves are obvious. That's things like lettuce and spinach and collards and all those leafy things. And so, so today and tomorrow are root days. So if you're going to do anything with garlic, onions, beets, I don't know, beets are pretty much out right now. Like, I think they're finished. I could be wrong, but you know, things like beets and carrots and stuff like that. Today and tomorrow, this afternoon, tomorrow is the day to do that. So that's my plan, is to get my garlic in, because I am very late. I'm probably, I don't know, a week or so late, I think. Anyways, Okay, so we have onions going on here. We've added some fresh garlic. We're going to add a couple of slices of ginger, and then we're going to, I completely forgot what I was going to do is go and get some collards and some chard from the garden, and I forgot for this particular recipe, so I'll add them later. But anyway, in the meantime, what we're going to do is, this is just a cabbage recipe. We're going to knock something over here. So you can cut your cabbage any way you want. There is no right or wrong way. I mean, there probably is a right or wrong way. Whatever they are, I have no idea. I'm just doing it my way. So that's the thing with these recipes on the Facebook, is that I'm just doing my cooking and hanging out with everybody every day at 11 just for a little live Facebook party. And so if you want, a little bit more professional recipes from me, then you would go to my YouTube channel, where I have a couple hundred videos of 15-minute healthy meals, and they are a little more professional than this. Not a lot more, because I'm just not really that professional. And but anyway, you can check them out there. And I have hundreds and hundreds of beautiful pictures of healthy food on my Instagram, which is really, I have to say, I mean, I'm not very photographically artistic or anything like that, but it's really good looking food. So, okay, so we're gonna, on my Instagram. Okay, so these guys are coming down, and all I have here is a little bit of water. I have not used any oil at all. And so we're just going to let this kind of simmer down a bit. And let's see. I'm going to add some yam. And I have to say, too, if you're looking at my videos that have a sweet potato for a heading, they're probably yams. Not sweet potatoes. I like calling them sweet potatoes because they're sweet to me. But there is a difference between a yam and a sweet potato. And so anyways, this particular veggie here that I'm cutting up really fine is a yam. Okay, so you can do this however you want. Actually, I'm going to cut these up a little bit finer. And or finer, smaller. And so we're just going to add this to the cabbage. Okay, so I've just let this come down to where it's starting to get, hey everybody, hi, good morning. I know I keep looking up and missing everybody coming on. Happy Friday. So, so we're just putting just water, onions, garlic, and ginger so far, and then we're putting a little bit of the yams in here. And then I'm just going to start adding water so that it doesn't get too dry. Now the other thing that you can do, which I shared last week, which was really fun, or maybe it was this week, I'm not sure. I have so much stuff here, it's hard to reach over and grab everything. I make a herbal tea, actually my vitality tea. And I mix it with several different things that are really good for the immune system. And so if you're adding water to a recipe, you can always replace that with my particular tea has a very mild flavor, so it doesn't have a specific flavor. So I can add it to a lot of recipes to enhance the immune building properties. So, yeah. So anyways, okay, so what we are going to do, I don't want this cabbage cooked too much, or the yams either, and I'm going to add just a little bit of grated carrot. And so what my attempt is to make this like a warm salad. I have a fresh carrot from the garden. He grew 2 little legs. I cut out the little tips of his legs off. I don't know what kind of carrots I ordered. I ordered several different varieties. And so it's been quite interesting to see what comes up. Like some are kind of short and fat, and some are longer and skinnier, and then I must have ordered some of those colored heirloom variety colors, you know, with like the purple and the orange, like the really orange and the kind of red, and then the parsnip looking color, beige. Okay, so we're just gonna get some of this on here too. Oh, and I have some, which I wanted to get in there first and I kind of forgot. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I have some raw almonds that I want to just chop up a little bit and get those guys in there. So the almonds are very alkalizing. They are very, they're alkaline, and when you're, don't people know I'm busy doing this right now? When you're, people knocking at the door. So when you're doing, when you're working with alkalinity, the reason that you want to ingest alkaline things is because what you're doing is you're reversing or reducing the amount of acid in the body. And whenever there's any kind of pain, it's usually because of an acid environment. And so you want to try and incorporate some alkaline foods and drinks, or in this case it's almonds. So they're very alkaline, good for the body. And so especially they should be raw, because of course anything raw is going to have more nutrients, more vitamins, minerals, and that kind of thing. So so I'm just adding the almonds to this for the alkalinity and all of the wonderful vitamins. I didn't talk about the cabbage. Oh, now they're knocking on the other door. People are knocking on the door everywhere, in the front and the back. Yeah, so I didn't talk about the cabbage, and the cabbage is has vitamin K, vitamin C. I'm turning this off because I only want to warm the cabbage. I really don't want to cook it much, so I might just even add a little bit more water. So this is going to be like a warm salad. And one of the things I am going to add, well, I'm going to add the carrots here. I'm going to try and avoid, I don't want all those onions in, but I do want these carrots in here. And, oh, that's what I was going to say. So the cabbage has the vitamin K and vitamin C. Now, if you're using red cabbage or purple cabbage, the purple cabbage actually has more vitamin C than vitamin K because of the color red. And it also has more antioxidants. That little piece is all stuck together. It has more antioxidants than the certain antioxidants than the green cabbage, and it's similar to goji berry. If you know about goji berries and how many antioxidants they have and how good they are for you, and you can't afford goji berries because they're a little bit pricey, just use purple cabbage, and it will offer you the same benefits and nutrition. So, okay, so we have this here. Now, I am going to, at this point, add just a little bit of coconut oil to it. I didn't want to really heat the coconut oil, but I want to add a little bit of shine to it. And, of course, you know, the coconut has excellent benefits as well. So, I'm going to add a little bit of this. And so this, I'm actually going to take it off the heat because I really don't want it cooked. So this is going to be like a... see if I can move this here, but I don't want to put the thing on the table. So I'm just going to go like this right into the carrots. It's okay, I can clean it up later. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of that coconut oil. And so this is like a warm cabbage salad. And so the other things you can add, you're going to add whatever you want to it. I am going to add a little bit of, just a few drops of sesame oil, to make it a little bit of a oriental style, you know, sauce on the cabbage. Maybe just a couple drops of tamari. You know, I'd like it to be more sesame ginger, but I am going to add just a little bit of this. And then, of course, you're going to do it to taste, right? So your own, yeah, I can smell it. The sesame oil is so amazing and for flavor, and it's super strong. So you only need a few drops. We're just going to mix that tamari in here. Add a little bit of salt, and of course, to taste, right? The tamari is very salty. It's a gluten-free soy sauce, non-GMO. It's a really, really great product, but it is a little bit salty. And so, so I'm just adding a bit of the Celtic sea salt, which is more of a mineral-based salt. And so it's not as salty as, say Himalayan sea salt or something like that. So yeah, so, I'm kind of like, this is beautiful. And pepper, that's the other thing I wanted to add to it. You can add a little bit of cayenne if you want. I always love cayenne. It's really good for the heart, good for circulation. Whoops. Good for getting your blood going. And some good thing we like heat. You might want to put it into a teaspoon first before you add it. Hey Terry, good morning. Hi everybody. I keep missing people coming on. We had so much trouble with Facebook yesterday. It kept falling offline, so I kind of lost a few people. Anyways, so yeah. So this is good and it's really beautiful, but to me, it needs something green, which is why I was going to go out in the garden and get some collards, leaves, and kale maybe, or some chard, and I forgot. So I need green in here for the pretty pictures. So I'm actually going to steal some broccoli from our next recipe and add a little bit of broccoli to it. So we will, I'm just going to cut this off a little bit just to add color. But I will go out in the garden and get some actual green leafy things to put in here, because the more nutrition that you can add, oh, maybe I won't stick that in there. I'll just leave that for the next recipe. The more that you can add additional nutrition to it, the better, right? So if you can add some spinach to this, if you have spinach, if you have chard, kale would be good. So that added a little bit of green, but I will go out to the garden and get some green leaves and just slice them up and put them in there so it's prettier. Because it's always nice when the food is beautiful. Oh, that's nice. I set it on the carrots and then set the carrots on there. Okay, so I could hear them sizzling. The poor little carrots are sizzling away. Okay, we're going to, it's on there anyway, so, oh well. I'll have to clean it off later. Okay, so we're going to go on to the next recipe here. And, oh my God, I'm way too funny. So what we're going to do is, on to the next thing. Okay, the next thing. We're going to move this over. This is fine the way it is. And what I'll do is I'm going to grab the small knife here. And I'm actually just going to make this right in this bowl here. Okay, so this is super simple. You guys have watched me make this like probably a few different times. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. This is my just, plain old regular broccoli salad. And so the regular recipe is usually so simple, just super simple ingredients. Usually a veganaise, which is my favorite. But you can use any mayonnaise that you want if you want to do that. I don't like to, I'm just not a fan of the taste of regular mayonnaise anyways. But, if you want it dairy-free and vegan, then veganaise is really good. And also Hellmann's did come out with a vegan mayonnaise too, which is eggless. And it's pretty good. It actually tastes really like mayonnaise, where the veganaise, this is the veganaise here, it has a very mild flavor. It's not very mayonnaise-y tasting. I really love it. I think it's great. This stuff is so good on, like, if you're trying to make just a chip dip or something like that, any kind of a dip, that works really, really well, because it's not strong in the mayonnaise flavor. I know, that maybe doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but have a sip of my Vitality tea. And yeah, so lots of tea sales happening now. People are coming and getting prepared for the winter. They're buying the Vitality tea to keep their immune systems up, and the cold and flu tea because it just is such a popular seller because it really works. Like, the stuff is amazing, I have to say. I've been making it for years, and it really, yeah, I have hundreds of testimonials. It really works. So you can just cut your broccoli up however you want to here. Super easy. And so I am going to do the traditional thing with the veganese for the sauce, so to speak, or the dressing. But I'm going to switch it up by adding, I'm just looking for the things here. Okay, we'll just put it in this. I'm going to switch it up by adding the salad dressing that we made earlier this week. Pretty sure it was this week that we made it. And it's also, I'm just thinking that one of our lovely friends here asked me for the sore throat remedy that I made last week. And I was thinking, oh, we did slippery elm lozenges for your throat. I think it was 2 weeks ago. And so I wondered if that's what she meant, but she said, no, it was like the dressing one. So this is a fantastic thing to have in your fridge all the time. It's my salad dressing base. You can see it here. And it is also an amazing thing if you think you're getting a cold or a flu, because it will soothe your sore throat, and it will actually like push that virus out of you, because it's full of garlic. And the recipe, you can look it up. I think it was Monday we made it. I can't remember. Anyway, you can just look it up. I call it my basic salad dressing recipe, but maybe I need to call it my sore throat, cold and flu dressing recipe. So it's basically apple cider vinegar, horseradish. Okay, I'm just looking at the measurements here. That looks like what, 2 cups broccoli? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to add like 2 level teaspoons of the basic salad dressing. And oh yeah, okay, so apple cider vinegar, horseradish, garlic, onions. You can add honey if you want for sweetener, because it has all the antiviral, antibacterial, or you could add a maple syrup or whatever you want to sweeten it with. Anyway, okay, I'm not doing that recipe right now, so you can look it up. Anyway, I'm adding this for change to enhance the immune system benefits of the broccoli salad. So it's going to have this amazing boost because of the garlic and the onions and the horseradish, right? They're also antiviral and very have great immune assisting properties. So we're going to add that, which I have not done before, to the dressing for the broccoli. So we're going to add a heaping teaspoon. Did that all go in? I did. I made it. Yay. Okay. Try and get all that out. Okay. So I need a place to, a little spoon holder for all the different spoons that I use for all these different recipes. Okay, so yeah, okay, so we have the immune assisting salad dressing recipe here. We have the veganese, and what I usually do is just add a little maple syrup for a sweetener. So this traditional recipe is usually just veganese and maple syrup. And then I'll add a, like a cayenne. This would be, I don't know, how much was that, do you think? I need somebody to write down all this, all the amounts of the ingredients. I'm going to add just a little bit more. Just a bit. Okay, so yeah, because it's normally just veganese, maple syrup, and then some salt and pepper, or in the case of me who loves cayenne so much, I do add a little bit of cayenne to it. And this time I'll try and not shake quite so much in there. Perfect. Yeah, and a little bit of salt and pepper, which you can add to either to it before or after. So it's as simple as this. super easy recipe. What I normally do is put the lid on the jar and shake it. You can do that too. I neglected to bring a lid over here. Look at, I don't know if you guys can see that. I still have fruit flies. Look how cute he is. Not really. But I do still have enough fruit in here to have fruit flies. Fruit fries. Okay, so we're just gonna pour that on and mix that in. And it's like so super easy. You could add nuts to this. You can add sunflower seeds. You can add sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, goji berries. I mean, all those different things that you can add to give it some crunch. You could add cranberries. I've done that before. That is really good too. So whatever it is that turns you on. And what I'm going to add to this, which I probably shouldn't have added that extra little tiny heaping drizzle of maple syrup, but I did. But anyway, what I was going to add to this, we made these candied, caramelized pecans last week. And so I'm just going to add a few of those too. They were really mildly done. I did them with coconut sugar instead of maple syrup. So they aren't really glazed. They just have a hint of the extra sugar on them, like the coconut sugar. I like using coconut sugar a lot because it has a lower glycemic index than regular sugar, so it's more evenly absorbed into the bloodstream. So the other thing that people can use if you're sensitive to sugars or you're diabetic, one of the things that you can use is monk fruit, M-O-N-K, and it's really interesting to use. It's super sweet, and it has almost a consistency of like icing sugar, or it's like the intensity of icing sugar, but it's not powdery. It is granulated, but it's super fine, like fine granules, like super, super fine. And so it's really awesome to work with, and you don't need much because it is so intensely sweet. So it's an interesting thing to work with. Let me get all my little things here, pecans in exactly the perfect place. Okay, so I know I'm so funny with that. Okay, so there's that one. We're gonna do one more thing here, and set all my little, I need a little extra space here for all my stuff. We're gonna do another recipe, and maybe I will set this right here. And what was it? Oh yeah. Okay, I need a dessert there and make something healthy. And so what we're going to do, and this is another twist on a recipe that I've done a few times with you guys. Did I get a piece of broccoli in there? Do I mind broccoli in my chocolate? No, I don't mind a little tiny microscopic piece of broccoli in my chocolate. Okay, so what we're going to do is this. We are going to take quite a bit, because this will make quite a bit of coconut oil here. And I have to say, this recipe works way, way better when the coconut oil is warmer, which I completely forgot. And it's very cold in the house right now. So this coconut oil is not going to, oh, maybe I will take that. Should I take that broccoli out? Maybe I'll take the broccoli out. Oh, God. Okay. This is not going to mash up very well because it's so cold in here. But I think it's going. You know, if you put a little friction in it, that's the word I'm looking for. You know, you kind of keep working it, then it warms it up just from the friction. And if the room isn't warm, at least that's what I'm discovering at this very minute. Oh my God, it's always a will. I should have sat it on the little burner there. Anyways, okay, so I'm going to try my best to break this coconut down, if you can see that. Okay, I am getting it into a different form anyway. I don't know how much I'm breaking it down. I think it's coming. It's coming. Like I said, the friction is making it warm up. So what we're adding to this is, where did it go? Where did it go? Oh no. Oh, here it is. Okay, cocoa, because everything is better with chocolate. So this is like a pure organic cocoa. I'm just going to wipe my hands so I don't get that all dirty, or full of broccoli too. And so we're going to add some cocoa to the coconut oil. Okay, cocoa powder. Okay, so that's probably, I'm going to guess that's a half cup of coconut oil and heaping tablespoon of cocoa, which might be enough, but I really like that super strong cocoa flavor. I'm going to carefully put this, keep it clean, put it back over here. And just mash this together. So this will help to blend, soften the coconut oil too. And like I said, ooh, I'm getting cocoa powder everywhere. This works way better if your room's a little bit warmer, or if you can get your coconut a little bit warmer. Hey Heather, hi. Yes, we did a beautiful cabbage salad, a warm cabbage salad, and broccoli salad so far. And now we're making dessert, and this is 100% pure organic cocoa, so it is quite bitter. So, you know, put your maple syrup in to taste, whatever it is that, however sweet you really like it. And so this is very simple. Coconut oil, cocoa powder. You know, you can go like uber super healthy using cacao, and you could use cacao nibs and things like that. You can do all kinds of things. This is just a regular organic cocoa powder. And so we're trying to get it, which is, like I say, much harder to do in a cold room, but we're trying to get it blended evenly with the coconut oil. And it's okay, like I don't know if you guys can see, but there are little pieces of the coconut oil in the cocoa, which is okay too, because when it's like that, what I've noticed is it's kind of like eating an icy square. I know I have eaten my share of icy squares in the past. I don't do that much anymore, but you know, it's got that cool cocoa flavor to it. And when you bite into this and you get a little chunk of the coconut oil, it kind of is like that icy square tingle. You know, it's just like super smooth and silky. Okay, so all we have in here is the coconut oil and the cocoa. And what I often will do is just take this, and, you know, I mean, you can put it in a mold if you want. I've done that. But I usually don't take time to do that because I really don't care what it looks like. It's just dessert for us. But for you guys, you could put it in a mold. You could do whatever you want. You could shape it. You could roll it in cocoa powder, put it in balls. Again, if it gets too warm in the room, it'll start to soften and melt. So keep in mind, after you finish doing whatever you're going to do, put it in the fridge to keep it formed, if you're going to form it. And I will put this in the fridge even though it's very cold in the house. So you can add nuts to it. So I am going to add I'm going to add the pecans that I forgot to bring over here. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a twist on this because I've done this recipe before with you guys, but we're going to make it like super healthy. I will just grab those pecans that I forgot to get. And okay, so a little bunch of handful of pecans. Okay, and since the cocoa and the coconut oil are mixed, you're just going to put this together, and this is kind of like a turtle. If you want it to really taste turtley, you can add more maple syrup. You can add the coconut sugar if you want to, because it's very caramely tasting. But what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to actually, it's so cold it just doesn't want to mix. I'm going to add greens to it. So what we did to, you know, what you can do to enhance your anything that you're making is add some greens, add some herbal tea that's really good for you. Like I was saying, you can add my Vitality tea or any other, like a mushroom tea. A lot of them have that 5 mushroom blend, and you can add that. Anytime you can make a recipe healthier, do that, because you're never going to notice these greens in this chocolate, because the greens are a little bit bitter and the chocolate is bitter. And so we, you know, you just add enough maple syrup or whatever you want to the greens, to the dessert, and you'll never know it's there. And so this makes it like super duper healthy to your chocolate turtles. Okay, so again, mixing this up. So that is the secret formula. And see, it's very cold in here, so this doesn't want to mix very well. So I will add a little bit more maple syrup to it. I don't think that I would add any water to it. Okay, let's see. We love doing experiments on here. Hey, Minik, hi, how you doing? I didn't see you on here earlier. There we go. So again, if I put this over, I mean, you could even put this into a bowl of hot water just to get that coconut melted down, because if it gets into a room of, oh, I don't know, at least 70 degrees or more, it's going to soften and be able to chunk into, or be able to form, be able to form into forms and molds. So there we go. So what we're going to do is, because I'm not going to worry about putting it into molds or getting all fancy with it, I'm just going to drop it with another clean spoon into these little forms. And then when it's in the fridge, it's going to really hold together really well. Okay, and if you want to get super fancy, which I don't really bother because it's just the two of us, but if you wanted to get fancy, you could put it in a mold, and or you could make sure that there's a pecan on top. So, you know, you can take this, go like this, and if you want to be quick about it, you can just use your hands. I'm actually not doing too bad with the two tools here. But yeah, so this is going to taste similar to a turtle, because you've got the chocolate and the pecans and the coconut oil and the maple syrup, and it is going to be super yummy. And these actually do melt in your mouth. So put them in the fridge, and then when you take them out, you know, you can just, you don't have to have them out for very long, and they'll start to soften up unless your house is super cold. But either way, they melt in your mouth. They are just delicious. These are super healthy snacks, and you can actually even do this for breakfast or a snack for lunch because it has the greens in it. So you're getting your greens, you know, and I buy a really good quality greens with, I like to buy the more expensive ones that have spirulina. So you're getting your spirulina, and depending on the brand of greens that you get, it would have wheatgrass juice, you know, beetroot, all kinds of vegetables and stuff like that. So there we go. So I'm just going to get the rest of this out. Oh my God, it tastes so good. You would be surprised. So these are, you know, if you wanted to also, another thought that's going through my head is you could add coconut to this and make it like macaroons. That would be really good. We should do that one day. Okay, so yeah, so if you wanted to, you could just take these, go like this, so that they look a little bit more like a turtle. Oh my God, I'm boring you guys. Okay, so that's pretty much it. It is Friday, and we will see you guys Monday. And let me know in the comments what you want me to work with. I know last week people were like all over, you know, asking for salad dressings. So we made a few salad dressings last week, and we will make a few more next week. So let me know what it is that you're interested in, that you want me to experiment with, because I have so much fun playing with new recipes with food, and it's just so much fun to have you guys on here helping me out and having our morning party. So there you go. So we have the cabbage salad, broccoli salad, and our little turtles. Okay, we'll see you guys Monday. Check out my Instagram, my YouTube channel, and subscribe. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you Monday.